focus on the less. Live in the hills, but I still get a spread. Started with a little, but I still reinvest it. Feel how I feel, then you feel like a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Finger to the down. Look, I'm getting ready for the pool, baby. I told you I'm gonna take a vacation, okay? But it's actually happening, man. The yield curve is actually inverted. I might go do this video outside because now I'm like, up in your, what's up, baby? But nah, man, we need to talk about the yield curve. I'm gonna actually give you kind of like a reaction to one of my old videos. If you guys haven't seen this video, it's been popping up on the recommended. I saw a lot of you guys comment on it, and I even watched it myself, and like I learned something from it, or at least I have a reaction. So I want to share that with you, man. And if you haven't seen it, here's the video. Maybe I'll go outside here in a little bit, but dude, I'm telling you, like, listen to the video, man. I'm telling you guys how much I love you. And even that was back then, literally, like, even to this day, I think only like 1,300 people have watched that video. And it's amazing, man. Shout out if that was one of you and you were there. And honestly, man, I said it even on stream. Chad, I hope you realize how happy you guys have made every day. I just get so happy and excited, man. And it's so funny. But I'm not going to get too sentimental. I love you, Chad. Okay, but nah. We got to talk about the yield curve, besides, how I sounded and like other little factors in the video. I was really surprised by my own reaction. If you go and watch the video, like you'll see like old Josh was like, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe the yield curve is inverted like this for real. And like, honestly, after hearing that, and then I'm like looking back and I'm like, wow, it is way more inverted, and I guess maybe I'm more mature now with it a little bit, but honestly, it's really happening, man. The yield curve is inverted. We're going to get a signal from it. There's a lot of implications, and it's just crazy to think, like, even back then, it meant something, but, like, it's 10 times crazier, like, right here, right now in 2022, which is wild to me. That's the first part that I noticed from old Josh. The second part in that video, old Josh, I love referring to him as old Josh. Old Josh was explaining the time frame, and hopefully, if you've watched any of the other yield curve videos, again, I have a bunch of other ones. I mean, we're going to talk about it a little bit here today too, but check them out. And I said it on stream a lot, but like, I hope it gives you assurance. Like even back then, old Josh was telling you the time frame and how it could take 6 to 24 months and how it could be very slow and like the timing and how people are going to react to it. So, the fact that it was even brought up then, and like I feel the same way about that now, it's just like, I guess back then I was a little just more excited about it. I think it was a lot more crazier, even though it's crazier today. But those are the two things that really stuck out to me. And so I hope you check out the video. I hope you can learn from it. But now let's talk a little bit more. I'm going to take you. We're going to go outside and yell a little bit. I won't yell. I'm going to go like old Josh voice. We're going to see. All right, Chad. I'm outside now. I have to enjoy this vacation. I'm in public now, too. I've never done this, actually. So we'll see if anybody stares at me. But let's talk about the yield curve, man. So I'm going to give you a little breakdown of it right now because, one, I think it's happening, quote unquote. But you should go watch the video. That old one, because even though it's old, it's very, very raw. I explain, why the yield curve is important. Again, I have a bunch of videos on this, but you could go take a look at it. But the thing I'd want to highlight, like right here, right now, is simply, I think it's very important. Like if you really understand it, and depending on how things go in the next 6, 12 months, whether it's sooner or even later, honestly, we're going to talk about Europe in this video today too. But like ultimately, understanding this can really go a long way, and I think it can protect a lot of people. Defense. Okay, they're totally all gonna stare at me now. Damn it. Okay, but in general, hopefully this makes sense of why we're talking about it so much on stream. Why I thought we'd have this video in general, and I really hope it does help. So here's the basic rundown. What people don't realize, or a lot of people do, but it's kind of tricky. We talked about it in the video. Is that pretty much every single recession, stock market crash, the yield curve has either flattened or inverted prior. So
know, even in the video, I explain, you know, what a normal yield curve is. Pretty much shorter term interest rates are lower than long term interest rates. Again, like, you probably should have heard me explain this many times, but the whole point is, right here, right now, today, the curve is actually inverted, like literally in the last 2 weeks. That's why it's like I'm kind of sad, because like I feel like old Josh would have been like, oh my God, ah! But he was even like more quiet too, though. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like, yo, that is happening right now, because like the last 2 weeks, it is inverted more than any other point since like the year 1993 or something like that. So pretty much, there's like 2007 inversion, a little bit before that, and then you go into like right before the tech bubble as well too. But it's like, yo, this thing has greatly inverted, and that's the scenario that we have now. So pretty much the logic is once the yield curve kind of goes back to normal, or depending on how things play out, once after it gets inverted, you know, that's like this next 6 to 12 months just becomes so pivotal. It's just because wherever the yield curve goes from there, probably going to crash the market, or we might notice a recession or something, a cause. Pretty much like it happened because something's happening, and when the yield curve gets fixed, in fixing the yield curve, something is going to emerge. I don't know if that explains it the best way. Honestly, I'm trying to not go too deep into it. Again, I think if you watch that video, you'll see, you know, you'll get a really good rundown of it. But point is happening right here, right now. It's gonna take some time. I really think you should start understanding it now, and if you do, it is really gonna help you. So that's like the first part I wanted to talk about, but now the second part I think is a little different, and it's kind of like right here, right now, because like I said, I was thinking like old Josh was bringing up the time frame, and I'm glad me and old Josh are on the same page with that, because I like the continuity over the years. Again, this is something I've been looking at for years, honestly. It's just pretty wild to me, but the timing and, you know, thinking, like I'm saying, like by the time from now to inversion to the time the yield curve gets fixed, like what's going to happen or what else could happen. And that's something I think we need to factor in, because like from that video from 2018, I didn't know COVID was gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? Like even then, from like 2018, Powell pivoting, and then even like a rate cut in 2019, that's when we got the first TLT play, not the 2020 TLT play, literally the 2019 TLT play. It's just like other things emerged out of nowhere, and that's where now, like I was thinking, and over these next coming days, like this next week here that we have, I mean, I'm gonna get the watch list for you tomorrow, baby. You know, we're gonna have a lot to talk about, but literally Europe, and by July 22nd, if that gas gets cut off, we could have a problem. Again, it's like if there's not a meltdown before the Fed like switches rates, it's like, what is there anything else that could cause it? And right now, as I've just been thinking about it, it's like, this Europe situation, no one's really ruled it out that the pipeline might not come back on. And I said it the other day, and I'll say it now, if the pipeline does not come on by next Thursday, this coming week, Europe is going to drop 20%. And honestly, I would not even be surprised to see a one-day 10% move on the currency, either the euro or even the pound. And literally, that's what we saw in Brexit. Again, I don't know, some of you guys may have even heard some of the Brexit stuff back in 2016. But point I'm trying to say is that we have an interesting next 6 to 12, maybe 18 months with the yield curve, and then anything that happens, like develops in between, that could actually move a lot of things and change a lot of things. And really Europe now is one of those things I'd be looking at. So hopefully this helps. Again, I'm just kind of talking, sharing ideas. There's a lot of other stuff I want to bring up. I mean, there's like China again. I don't know if you watched this video. We put this out earlier in the year, and we were talking about, you know, East Asian financial crisis. What happens if the Fed starts raising rates aggressively? How does that start weakening other currencies? All of that. And literally, like that video, bro, the yen was at like 120, and now it's at like right below like 148 or 145 or something, right below 140, I think. But absolutely wild. But I'm just like, there's so many other things. Like I said, we could talk about the currencies. We could talk about China. I brought this up on stream with their mortgage boycott. So it's pretty wild. People are already staring at me still. But it's like those are just things talking about. And hopefully too, it's like, I'm not trying to sound too pessimistic. I know this is just like, sometimes it like sounds like, oh, like crash this, crash that, or like things are going. It's like, no, it's like, this is the macroeconomic stuff. That's why I'm like trying to even highlight. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Like even old Josh would be like excited and proud and at the same time, but it's like all this stuff is happening and it's like, it's going to be very interesting, but ultimately too, I want everybody to be protected no matter what environment. I've been saying that for the Philos. I've been saying that on stream. Again, like I'm saying, I think like yield curve understanding, even if, again, it's mysterious. I said it in the video. A lot of people know this. It's like, you know, you can't figure out a recession, dude. It just doesn't happen like that. It's very, very difficult. And these indicators are very elusive, but it's better to know it than not. You see what I'm saying? It's like I would rather have the information than kind of not have it and be behind. So I don't know if it's gonna make people go too crazy. I hope you don't, but point is, we're living through a lot. There's macro indicators and so many things to follow. And where we go this next 12 months, man, let's see what happens and just ultimately pay attention to what's going on. And there's just more than one thing going on right now. Like again, the yield curve, understanding the timing, what's happening with the currencies, the Fed, and God knows what else happens and whatever else we've dealt with. But yeah, I hope that helps. So I'm gonna go inside. These white people keep looking at me. Okay, Josh, you're white. I know my skin's white, but I'm Middle Eastern. It's different. It's different. Okay, you don't get it. Okay, I don't expect you to. Okay. So yeah, man, I don't know. It's hot out there. I hope it makes sense though, man. Honestly, I just wanted to see you guys talking. It was a pretty chill video. So wait, why is it crooked? Like, there you go. So I'm back to normal. But if you have any questions, let me know. I'm sure you guys are gonna want another follow-up video to the yield curve, and I'm down to get one, but like go watch the other videos and pretty much is like I've been saying it. Like I think if you understand any of the old videos, it will make you a ton of money if you get it. And I don't want to really talk about it until it gets to that point. And that's why I'm saying that. So hopefully that makes sense. But I just wanted to check in with you guys. Thank you guys for another awesome weekend. Like I said at the beginning of the video, man, y'all got me. You get me hyped up in so many ways. You have no idea, and everything going on, man. So it's just like, it's an honor for real to be able to now live through it at this moment, to have everybody, you know, who's been through so much over the last couple years, all of us together. And it's just great, man. So let's get it. Let's have some fun. Chattadoni, I love you, and I'm gonna see you on the watch list tomorrow. Peace out, baby.